Most people hear the word boundaries and think it means saying no or shutting people out. But in truth, boundaries are about freedom. They create space for you to think clearly, choose wisely, and act with purpose. When you define your limits, you actually gain more control over your time, energy, and mental clarity. Picture a river without banks. It spills everywhere and loses power. Boundaries are those banks. They guide your flow so you can move forward with strength and direction. This video is about learning to build those strong banks in all areas of your life. You may not realize how much weak boundaries are affecting you until you start to pay attention. If you constantly feel exhausted, say yes out of guilt, or find yourself resenting people after helping them, these are red flags. Another clue is emotional burnout, feeling on edge even after a full night's sleep. One client I worked with would answer work emails at midnight just to avoid seeming unhelpful. She looked successful on the outside but felt trapped. The truth is, your body and mind will tell you when it's time to draw a line. You just have to listen. There's a powerful link between how you see yourself and the boundaries you set. When your self-worth is low, you might let others overstep without even noticing. But when you know your value, saying no feels natural. Research shows that people with healthy self-esteem are more likely to assert their needs and experience less anxiety in relationships. A man I once coached struggled to ask for space from his demanding team. We worked on affirming his value, and soon he felt confident creating limits. Boundaries aren't just rules, they're a reflection of how deeply you respect yourself. Enjoyed the video so far? If you have, hit the like and subscribe. It really supports the channel and lets me know you appreciate the content. Don't forget to check out the recommended reading in the description. Let's get back to it. It's not just your emotions that suffer when your boundaries are weak. Your physical health takes a hit too. Chronic stress from people-pleasing or overcommitting can raise cortisol levels, which has been linked to inflammation, weakened immunity, and even memory problems. Mentally, you may feel foggy or overwhelmed without knowing why. A study on workplace stress found that people without clear personal boundaries were more likely to burn out. Your mind and body need space to recharge, and that only happens when you create it. Protecting your health starts with protecting your time, energy, and emotional space. Saying no is one of the hardest habits to build, but also one of the most powerful. It's not about rejection, it's about alignment. When you say no to things that drain you, you're saying yes to your well-being. You can decline invitations, extra work, or emotional labor without being rude. One woman I worked with used to feel guilty every time she turned someone down, fearing she'd be seen as selfish. We practiced simple responses like, "I'd love to help, but I'm not available right now." She quickly learned that most people respected her honesty, and she started respecting herself too. Time blocking isn't just for productivity. It's a boundary tool that keeps your energy from leaking all over the place. Instead of reacting all day, you start creating intentional space for what matters most. Set fixed times for deep work, rest, meals, and even fun. One entrepreneur I advised used to multitask from dawn till night, always feeling busy but never fulfilled. When he started blocking time for focused tasks and unplugged breaks, not only did his performance improve, but so did his mood. Managing your time is ultimately about managing your energy, and boundaries give both a structure to thrive. Your eating habits reflect your boundaries more than you think. Skipping meals, emotional snacking, or overindulging can stem from ignoring your body's signals. When your time and stress aren't managed, nutrition suffers. I once met a nurse who'd go all day without eating because she didn't want to let anyone down. Her body was in survival mode. Once she carved out protected meal breaks and started planning simple, nourishing foods, her energy returned. Just like you protect your schedule, you need to protect your fuel. Eating well isn't just about food, it's a boundary that supports your health and vitality. Technology blurs the lines between work, rest, and relationships. Without clear digital boundaries, you're on all the time. That can lead to sleep issues, comparison anxiety, and lack of focus. One survey found that people who check their phones within 10 minutes of waking are more likely to report mood swings throughout the day. Try setting a phone-free zone at meals or turning off notifications after a certain hour. I once helped a client create a digital sunset routine, no screens an hour before bed, and her anxiety dropped significantly. Boundaries with tech give your brain the break it desperately needs. If you want to grow personally or professionally, You need space to focus and reflect. Learning requires mental energy, and that doesn't happen in chaos. I knew a teacher who wanted to take a course but kept delaying it because she was always available to others. Once she blocked off Saturday mornings just for study time, she made fast progress and felt proud again. Whether it's learning a skill or starting a project, give yourself uninterrupted windows to dive deep. Growth isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things at the right time in a protected space. The quality of your relationships is directly tied to the boundaries you set within them. Without clear expectations, misunderstandings and resentment grow. When you communicate your needs with respect, the right people will respect you back. One couple I worked with used to fight constantly about time. He felt smothered, she felt ignored. Once they agreed on me time and we time, the tension dropped and connection grew. Healthy relationships aren't boundary-free. They thrive because of boundaries. They create a safe place where each person can be fully themselves without fear of overstepping or losing their identity. Boundaries aren't set it and forget it. They need regular check-ins. Life changes, and so do your needs. A weekly reset is a great way to reflect on what's working and what's not. One small business owner told me she added a 15-minute boundary audit every Friday. She'd ask herself, where did I overextend? What drained me? What do I want to adjust? That tiny practice brought huge clarity. Reflection isn't about judgment, it's about growth. Boundaries are a living process, and every week is a chance to realign with what matters most to you. Empowerment begins the moment you realize you get to choose where your energy goes. You don't need anyone's permission to protect your peace. You've learned how boundaries affect your confidence, your health, your ability to grow and connect. Now it's time to put that into practice. Start with one area of your life. A simple change like saying no once this week or turning off your phone after dinner. Each small step is a win. You're not here to live at the mercy of demands. You're here to thrive. Your boundaried life begins now, and you are more than ready. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.